The China warning against Taiwan military triggers big fight in South China Sea. China's rising antagonism towards Taiwan has sparked doubts as to whether the United States should defend the island if China launched an attack. China's latest move involved two People's Liberation Army's Yuan H-6 bombers getting close to Taiwan's air defense identification zone from the east on Sunday. They neared the island's identification zone after flying from the East China Sea through the Miyako Strait between the Japanese islands of Okinawa and Miyakojima, the Defense Ministry in Tokyo revealed. In the past month, the People's Liberation Army aircraft carried out 10 incursions, taking this year's total number of incursions up to 16. Observers claim the intrusion was both for practice and to caution the U.S. against defending Taiwan. The U.S. responded to the recent People's Liberation Army attacks by sending aircraft, mostly reconnaissance planes, through Taiwan's airspace, with 6 of them flying over on Monday. The South China Sea Probing Action, a Peking University think tank. The U.S. moves were likely intended to audit Chinese military activity in the Bashi Channel and South China Sea. Taiwan's defense ministry has insisted it is completely in control of traffic in the air and sea surrounding Taiwan and urged its citizens to remain calm. However, Suu Kyi, former Secretary General of Taiwan's National Security Council, admitted he was concerned about the ongoing circumstances. Given the military imbalance between Taiwan and the mainland, the absence of cross-strait dialogue, and no efficient communication mechanism in place between the U.S. and the mainland, I am worried about the situation because anything could happen. Mr. Suu expressed his concern about Senator Josh Hawley's proposal of a Taiwan Defense Act, that it might give Taiwan's authorities false hope about the probabilities of the U.S. defending the island. Taiwan is seen by China as an erratic province that must be taken back, and it is willing to use force needed. It has cancelled official deals with Taiwan, increased its war action around the island, and poached 7 of its allies since Tsai Ing-wen, of the independence-leaning Democratic Progressive Party, became president in 2016 and decided not to abide by the One China principle. But Ms. Tsai has faced criticism over her lack of criticism of the U.S. and President Donald Trump's handling of the country's social unrest. Wang Kongyi, a professor of political science at Chinese Culture University in Taipei. It did not come as a surprise that Ms. Tsai did not comment on the U.S. period of social unrest and protests. Given Taiwan's close ties with Washington, it is inconvenient for Tsai to comment on the U.S. unrest or how Trump has handled the protests. She is likely to draw criticism if she says something good about Trump. She might as well keep silent. However, Ms. Tsai approach to police brutality and the breach of human rights in Hong Kong differed. Her government has adopted a policy of countering China, so it's not surprising for her to speak out against what has happened in Hong Kong, which is under the control of Beijing. Beijing has furthermore cautioned the U.S. against supplying arms to and creating a tighter bond with Taiwan. Sen Hawley's proposed Taiwan Defense Act urges the U.S. to comply with its responsibilities to aid Taiwan under the 1979 Taiwan Relations Act. the legislation which was created to maintain links with Taipei after Washington changed formal diplomatic recognition to Beijing. It also urged the U.S. Department of Defense to keep the power to defeat a People's Liberation Army incursion, and informed routinely on its development, but Mr. Su urged the Tsai administration to read into the Taiwan Defense Act's wording as the meaning of fait accompli defined when the U.S. was no longer able to help Taiwan.